Guys, we are just starting in 2 minutes. Nandi ma'am is with us. We are just starting in 2 minutes.
Can we start now?
Yes, ma'am. We are just 2 seconds. Ma'am. Okay. Yeah, we can start now. We can start. Okay, guys. We are starting. It's 5:05, so it's time there. So good evening, everyone. Dear participant, respected convener, and our today's chief guest of the day, Miss Nandini Maharaj, ma'am. I, Shiva Pamar, President of Nishtha, the Civil Service Society of Hansraj College, welcomes everyone to is what going to be the tremendous session today. As people have been waiting from so long for this session, ma'am, Nishtha Society has been an ardent force for providing a platform for every zealous aspirant to understand the dimensions of civil services. In a series of our event, Aram, we are with the most awaited session of all, whose topic is Life at a Dream Place, which means life at Labasana. And who can explain it better than our speaker of the day, Nandini Maharaj ma'am, a pole dancer with a love for history and teaching. Nandini ma'am secured 42nd rank in 2018 Civil Services examination. She has done a graduation in history from Lady Shri Ram College and masters in applied human rights from Sheffield Hallam University and currently posted as assistant collector in South Delhi. Welcome Nandini ma'am. People are waiting for you so long to hear about your stories and general life at Labasana. Over to you ma'am.
Thank you so much, Shiva, for that kind introduction. And hi, everyone. I am so happy to be here again. And if some of you might know, I had tried to do a session with the Nishtha Society before also, but due to internet connectivity, that got cancelled. So I am so honored to be invited again. And I am so happy to speak to all of you. So the flow of the lecture is going to be like this. I'm going to talk for about 15 minutes on life at Labasana and share my presentation with you. After that, all of you are free to ask me any questions. Shiva, as you're moderating, if you find any questions in the middle that refer to my slides, you may interrupt me and ask me in the middle itself, okay? So I'm just gonna share my screen with you. Okay, is my presentation visible?
Yes, ma'am, it is visible.
Okay, awesome. So guys, I am myself, I'm so happy to see this. We all miss Labasana so much. My entire batch talks on WhatsApp about how much we miss Labasana. It is absolutely beautiful. What you see in front of you is the director's building. Yeah, so this is the director's building. This is where the director of Labasana sits. And some of you might recognize these are tulips. Are you able to see my pointer?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, so these are tulips, and it was the first time in my life that I actually saw tulips grow in front of me. So the lawns at Labasana are kept so beautifully, and it is just a wonderful, wonderful place to be in. So this picture is from when I just stepped out of Labasana to go for a walk around the uh, outside of the campus, right? And these are some sunset views from campus itself. It is breathtaking, the colors we witness, the beauty of that place. Mussoorie is called Queen of the Hills, and it truly deserves that title. Now, other than the beauty, so I'll tell you about my experience. We all arrived on 25th of August on 2019. It was a rainy day. And the moment you enter Labasana, so I'll just flip my screen to myself. Yeah. So the moment you enter Labasana, so I entered from the Ganga gate. There are two main entrances. एक main entrance होती है जहाँ पे Labasana लिखा है, जहाँ पे सब लोग अपनी साड़ी में फोटो खिंचवाते हैं, साड़ी और बंद गले में. और एक दूसरी होती है जो hostel वाली entrance होती है. Now, to get from the hostel entrance till the director's lawn, it is a long, long and difficult trek. Okay, it is very steep, and just climbing from my hostel room till the place I was supposed to put in my registration. I mean, I am a pole dancer, as Shiva introduced me. I'm a ballet dancer. I have strong legs, and I was tired just climbing up till the place where I was supposed to register officially. So, going back to the presentation, when you enter Labasana, your legs will hurt a lot. And every place they will politely email you. You may note that you are required to be on time. We made so much fun of this entire sentence because punctuality is one of the strictest things at Labasana. Yeah, it's such a basic requirement of an officer to be punctual, to not waste other people's time. And it gets so irritating at Labasana, the level they focus on punctuality. So we were just supposed to sing a song. We were supposed to gather to sing. And for that, they emailed us thrice saying, you may note you are required to be on time. You may note you are required to be on time. So for all of you headed to Labasana in the future, mentally prepare yourselves to work out a lot and to note that you are required to be on time. Okay, so this is the Ganga Trek. As you can see, it is steep, and this whole thing, and this entire area is just, you're just walking. So Ganga Hostel is somewhere down here, and this is not even halfway till our academic block. Right, so you just keep climbing up. This is one of my pictures at Labasana. Yes, you can wear Western formals for women who might be heading out to Labasana. Indian formals, Western formals, both are allowed. For men, only Western formals are allowed. Okay, now we got a long letter from Labasana, okay, telling us what to pack, what not to pack, what to expect, what not to expect, like a 10-15 page letter. And in that entire letter, only one single line was in bold, which is this one. Jeans are not allowed on campus. And we made a lot of fun of this sentence also because, I mean, for many of us, we couldn't even conceptualize what to wear as casuals. Then I figured out कि अच्छा ठीक है, इस type की pants भी होती हैं, linen की होती हैं, इस other material other than denim. But all of us really had to think कि भाई क्या पहने casuals में. So jeans are not allowed on campus, that except for DJ night. DJ night पे the faculty was very kind and हमारे को बहुत ज़्यादा freedom मिलती थी DJ night पे, और उस freedom पे हमें jeans भी पहनना allowed होता था. This was, the cool thing, like आज तो मेरे को jeans पहनने का मौका मिला है. So I mean, it's not really a school, but some things about it do feel very schoolish. Things like them trying to control how you dress and your time, of course. Okay, so this is the A.N. Jha lawn, and this is Happy Valley Hostel, and this is Gyanshila building. Okay, so this is basically our academic block. This is where we have all our classes. This is where we have tea in the evenings. It's beautiful. Or we have our DJ night. We have this kind of setup. And there's a coffee shop right here. I mean, you can't see it in the picture. It's called A.N. Jha. And this is the Happy Valley Hostel. It's a beautiful hostel. It's got like proper wooden flooring and everything. And it has a lawn to itself. And it's mostly reserved for PH candidates, of course, because it is so close to the academic block. Otherwise, it's a huge climb, as you all can see. And there are no lifts or anything at Labasana. Right. So then we have, how does a normal Labasana day start? So it starts with PT, at which you may note you are required to be on time, and time is 6 a.m. and 6 a.m. means 5:55. Nobody shall get that wrong. And the place is Polo Grounds, which is a 2-kilometer walk away from campus. Whenever I mention that we are going for a walk, you have to understand it is steep. Mussoorie is a hill, right? It is a hill station. It is at the top of a hill. So wherever you have to go, whether it is from Ganga Hostel till the academic block, or from the academic block till Polo Ground or Happy Valley Ground, wherever you have to go, it is a steep either descent or a climb. And to do that descent at 5:40 a.m. every single morning, when you're shivering at 1 degree, 2 degree, 3 degree, and you are mandated to wear these certain we have like a PT uniform almost. So this is one of my Labasana jackets. So this we would wear in the summer, and for the winters we had something thicker. This is just like double sheeted. For winters we would have like a thick fleece jacket and pants. And मतलब Labasana के socks भी होते थे और वही पहन के जाना होता था. तो again I'm trying to say कि स्कूल जैसा नहीं है, but बहुत सारी चीजें स्कूल जैसी है. So after doing PT for like 15 minutes, you would have to do that 2-kilometer stairs. Yeah.
Sorry to interrupt you in the middle, but actually some people are not able to see you. So can we go backstage again and can start the session again?
Restart the session?
No, we will just go backstage and then start the session. We don't have to do
sure.
Just 1 minute.
Sure.
Thank you so much. Sorry for the interrupt, guys, and apologies to you, ma'am. You can restart.
Apologies. Okay. Can someone type something in the chat box? Because मतलब मेरा last chat जो मुझे दिख रही है वो 12 minute पुरानी है.
Actually, ma'am, there was some network issue. Some people are not able to see you and hear you. So we have just shifted, we have just
cool. I'm just gonna refresh from my end as well once, if that's all right.
You are audible, ma'am. You are now very
well. You are perfectly audible. Guys, please wait till the ma'am is right.
If someone still faces problem, please do join from laptop. It will be very convenient for you.
Also, our event is going live on Facebook as well. So if anyone is still not able to join, can see through Facebook.
Okay. I can see the messages now. Vikas Richarya wrote the last message. Okay, fine. So are you able to see me, hear me now clearly?
Yes, ma'am. Yeah.
Okay, awesome. So let's continue. I was talking about Labasana. I always get excited talking about Labasana. It's such a fun, beautiful place.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, so I was telling you all about how much PT is like a torture, and our batch was actually very lucky because we reached back. Now I'm talking about phase 1, not foundation course. So we reached back from our Bharat Darshan around middle of Feb, एंड एक हफ्ता पीटी नहीं होती है, फिर जैसे ही पीटी शुरू हुई उसके 10-15 दिन बाद हमने बोला कि भाई कोरोना हो रहा है, अब हमें आसपास इतना चिपकना नहीं चाहिए, तो आप क्लासेस भी दूर दूर करिए और पीटी तो बंद ही कर दीजिए। तो हमारी पीटी नहीं हुई थी। बट या, पीटी इज अ लॉन्ग टॉर्चर दैट पीपल एक्चुअली have to go through in Labasana, and apparently it makes you fitter and things, but I mean, for some people, just waking up that early is torturous because we go through such a long day, which I'll just get to. But Polo Ground, where we go, this place, Polo Ground, it is beautiful. It has one of the most gorgeous views of the entire valley. This is just one shot from it. This is our running track. This is where we do our PT usually, and it is breathtaking. I'll just see if I have any more pictures of Polo Ground. No, I don't. But okay, let's get back here. So in the morning we have our PT, and then we come back around 7. So 7 से क्लाइम करते करते कोई 7:20 तक पहुंचता है, कोई 7:30 पहुंचता है। फिर हमारी क्लासेस शुरू होती है 9:30 से। ओके, सो 9:30 और 7:30 के बीच में what we normally do is either some people go back to sleep for half an hour, some people go to the gym, and some people just chill around at Ganga Dhaba. Some people take, that long time to get ready or whatever. You have 2 hours to yourself. So you can do whatever it is that you want to do. Because PT is not actually physically tiring. PT is very, very light. At least for some people who are already athletes or dancers, PT doesn't really do anything as a physical workout. So that climb is a physical workout. अगर जल्दी जल्दी करते हो उसके बाद Happy Valley चले जाते हैं लोग workout करने के लिए. That is our gym area. उसके पहले we have breakfast. Now the campus is beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. I've shown you some of the pictures. Initially you'll feel a little awkward. Why? Because for many people it's the first time they are ever stepping out of their houses. For many of them, like my roommate, it was the first time for her outside of Kerala ever. So there's a language problem. There is so many new people which you have to deal with professionally. So we don't really know how to have a professional relationship because for us it's our first job, and it's our first job in such an intense setting in which you're forced to spend all of your time together. You're forced to share a room. So initially you feel a little awkward, and you have your teacher, but your teachers are actually senior IAS officers, so you don't really know how to have a conversation with them. The staff that is there, so you don't know how to have a conversation with them. What you're supposed to wear is so formal all the time. Either you're in a proper uniform or you're wearing proper formals for classes. So you wear formals to the mess. You can't be in casuals in the mess or in the... So it gets a little awkward initially, but soon you do become quite comfortable in the campus. I mean,
Guys, there's internet issue. Yeah, she's
like never before. And I mean, of course, you get an intense appreciation for plumbing when you're forced to do open defecation, which we are all really, really warned against. But yeah, just see, I mean, all of these are not from my treks. These pictures are from different people's treks. So we get to explore Uttarakhand and Himachal, just the raw nature of it, which many of us have not had the chance. Look at this pool. This is from my trek actually. this particular thing. So climbing this very narrow pull with packs on was a little difficult. And this is from Kanishk's trek, not mine. Again, this is from my trek. It was cold. I think I can spot. Yeah, this is me. Okay, now I'm all yellow. But yeah, this is also from my trek. This is, us setting up camps. And then when we walked away, we clicked a picture. So, I mean, the natural beauty is you learn so much about yourself and nature in this time. कोई फोन कनेक्टिविटी नहीं होती है, आपको BSNL का भी नेटवर्क नहीं आएगा, कोई ग्राम पंचायत नहीं है, कुछ नहीं होता है, बस नहीं होते हैं. So you really bond with people. You really need to rely on each other because, for example, to walk in the snow, अगर ज़्यादा snow है तो आपके पैर धस जाएंगे. So you normally hold hands to walk. So it's a lot of learning. Classes में you can't use your mobile phone. If you go to sleep, your neighbor is expected to wake you up. And if you are the neighbor, never wake up the OT that is suffering. OT is officer trainee. Okay, the OT who is sleeping should not be woken up by you, and the faculty will expect you to wake them up. ठीक है, तो इस टाइप के बहुत सारे छोटे छोटे स्कूल वाले जो टेंशंस होते हैं वो तो होते ही हैं थ्रू आउट. एंड ऑफ कोर्स यू मे नो दैट यू आर रिक्वायर्ड टू बी ऑन टाइम, right? And this is us doing our homework. We used to get a lot of assignments. This is Charleville Cafe. This is right outside the main gate of Labasana. So this is me, Junaid and Meenal. We all spend most of our time together in the academy. I mean, you do make your own friends, your own friend circle over there. तो Charleville Cafe में हम लोग एक assignment लिख रहे थे इसी टाइप से. You just keep writing your assignments and passing time like that. There's a lot of extracurricular. Too many, you'll definitely find something. I mean, there's horse riding, there's billiards, there's piano, there's guitar, there's dancing. There is absolutely everything. Yoga, meditation, whatever you can think of, it will be there. And if it is not there, then you can start it there. I started jazz classes over there. वहाँ पे jazz नहीं होता था, तो I started it. There is someone who I started pole classes also in phase 1. Of course, in the first half, there wasn't any. I was not very confident of taking my pole, but in phase 1, I knew okay, people are not that judgmental and that critical of you, so I could take my pole. I also held a meme competition. So literally, whatever you want to do, you can do over there. This is me doing bhangra. Yeah, this is me. This is us right before India Day. All of us get these outfits and we dress up and we have like a parade of all the cultures of India together. This is a backstage photo of Bhangra and Haryanvi dancers. Then we have a lot of art. Like one of our lectures was randomly just go out into the lawns and एक बहुत बड़ा सा sheet था and उस पे एक broad sketch था and we were supposed to paint it. Like 30 people together painted this photo. So a lot of Labasana is about bonding with each other, right? Just a second. Yeah, so a lot of Labasana is about bonding with each other. It's called esprit de corps. And what you're really supposed to do is build a circle of civil servants who will look out for each other and be there for each other and help each other out. And it's already helping. Like anyone who calls me from here and there saying that they have a relative in Delhi who needs a COVID test or, something simple like that. So that work kind of gets done only if you are on a good term with each other. So that's why we have these funny classes in which अब 30 लोग बस बैठ के पेंटिंग करो. मैंने कहा मुझे पेंटिंग नहीं आती है, कोई बात नहीं. One of the teachers over there, Sudhanshu sir, he just picked up a paintbrush and did something and he said, just copy this. So I copied it and he's like, okay, now copy this. So I copied it and he's like, okay, now just try doing things on your own. It doesn't matter if it's good or bad, but honestly, they turn out well and then we hang them all over Labasana, the paintings. So we have a lot of exercises like that. And this is the athletics meet. This is my friend Diksha just being Diksha. So you literally do get comfortable on campus. Yeah, and the fellow OTs, the officer trainees who are there, they are the ones who make your experience unique. They are your network, they are your resource, they are your friends. And whenever you do head to Labasana, make sure that you make it your main point is not academics. Okay, even if you're studying, like even if I was studying in a group with my friends. The whole point of that place is to make friends, honestly. Yeah. सो एकेडमिक्स इज नॉट द मेन पॉइंट. आपने बहुत पढ़ लिया है, आप यूपीएससी क्लियर करके ही पहुंचते हो. So this is your bunch of fellow OTs. This is the AN Jha Plaza, which I'd shown you earlier. And yeah, I can't even recognize where I am. Oh yeah, that is where I am, somewhere over there. And we are all just together. And I think this is just the IAS photo, not the foundation course valley photo. But you get the point. And this is the Lai Hills. So it is about 2 kilometers uphill trek from Labasana, and it's a beautiful Buddha temple, and you can just walk up there and relax. So that is for it for my presentation. And if any of you have any questions, please do ask. Please, I'm around for some more time. So Shiva
Actually,
or Nisha, whoever is there, you can moderate and ask the questions.
yeah, people are very happy to see your experience in your words, and there are lots of questions we received, and we are just filtering out. Ma'am, I will ask some questions, and that is one question. One student has asked, being in the company of many like-minded people at Labasana, how has this experience helped you in your personal growth?
Oh, so much. Okay, so I'll give you a specific example. This friend of mine, Vikram Grewal, he's from Stephens, Indian Foreign Service from my batch. He was into reading comic books, right? So he told me about one comic book, and I actually ended up doing my state term paper on that. So I had never read a comic book before. I mean, by comic book, I mean graphic novel, not like Archie's, but like graphic novel. So did my reading quite a bit. Then I am a pole dancer. There was this one girl, Snigdha Daigude. She is a Malkhambh dancer. So she taught me some things. That was very interesting. Um, my anxiety. And it is absolutely incredible the way you learn from each. Okay. Yeah. So it's not just about these extracurricular things you learn. I mean, from some of my batchmates, I learned just, okay, she walks a little like this. Maybe even I can try walking like this. She eats like this. I eat like this. So maybe I can, just there's a lot of things to look around and watch and learn. Yeah. So a lot of cultural activities. One thing specially that I learned. So I'm from Delhi and I'm from an army background. I have always majorly spoken in English. My strong language is English. I feel hesitant if I have to speak in Hindi. In Labasana, there is a strong language group. Like people really do stick to linguistic groups over there. So people who speak Tamil or people who speak Malayalam or people who speak Marathi, those circles will be found. And within me, a lot of respect for linguistic culture was instilled. That is something really important. Like how language and culture and identity intertwine. That is something I witnessed for the first time at Labasana. Yeah.
Ma'am, one more question is this: like, ma'am, you had a love for pole dancing. Did
Sorry,
it
Shiva, I
help
can't
you?
hear you. Can you?
I was asking that you had a love for pole dancing. Did it help you in some way during your preparation for UPSC?
well. All hear me?
Ma'am, there is some glitch I feel from your side.
You were saying, can you guys hear me now?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, you're perfectly audible.
Yes, ma'am. One student has asked that you had a love for
Okay.
pole dancing. Did it help you in some way during your preparation for UPSC, like your pole dancing nature or
Oh, yes, absolutely. It helped. I'll tell you, when I was preparing for UPSC, I mean, UPSC is one of the most uncertain things that you can prepare for. So it comes with a lot of anxiety, especially for me, who in general has anxiety. So the dancing helped me deal with my anxiety. Dancing helped me stay fit while I was working, while I was preparing. The dancing helped me stay connected to people because I was doing pole dancing as a teacher. I would call students home and teach them. So I had like a studio at home. So that helped me have like a sort of social life. And I'm very, very close to my pole students now. So I could intertwine mental health management, physical fitness, and socializing together. And that also gave me a break from my studies so that I could get back to my studies refreshed. And now I'm very proud to say that two of my students are professionally teaching pole dancing now. So the sense of satisfaction I got from that is just incredible. I feel like I've closed that particular chapter of my life and moved on to the next. And as I was teaching, I was also getting paid for pole dancing. So a sort of mental security that in case UPSC doesn't work out, I can actually make money from my art as well. All those 5, 6 things together combined kept me very, very, very happy while preparing.
Okay. Next question is that as a part of training process, it is seen that there's a lot of people who do trekking. So can you tell us the importance of trekking during the training process?
अभी तो ट्रेनिंग करने जो गए हुए हैं बेचारे ट्रेनीज वो 57 लोगों को कोरोना हो गया है ट्रैक के बाद. तो इट इज नॉट एन अनकॉम्प्रोमाइजेबल पार्ट ऑफ ट्रेनिंग. बेचारे नहीं जाते तभी ज्यादा अच्छा रहता. बट एनीवे, trek, of course, physical fitness and everything is there, but for me the most important things were two. One, the beauty. I mean, I find a lot of solace in the natural beauty that is there. These are hidden, unexplored parts of Uttarakhand. And secondly, the esprit de corps. You really end up relying on your friends, and that sort of interdependence, you feel it when you come to the field and you want to get anything done. You have to work with 10 different people. So the trek in a way actually prepares you for the job. Doesn't just help you make friends, but also prepares you for the job, in the sense you realize that अच्छा यूपीएससी के लिए तो आपने खुद पढ़ाई करी होगी, चाहे ओके पेरेंट्स का सपोर्ट है, ये है वो है, पर पढ़ाई तो खुद ही करते हो. यहाँ पे कोई काम करना है तो कोई भी काम खुद नहीं कर पाओगे, आपको 10 लोगों के साथ ही करना होता है वो काम. एंड ट्रेक का भी एक्सपीरियंस वैसा ही रहता है.
Ma'am, can you tell us your experience of Bharat Darshan and the challenges you were exposed to?
Oh God. Okay, I'll tell you one specific experience of my Bharat Darshan. So the day we reached our army attachment, this was in Jammu, Balnoi Battalion, right? That day there was a ceasefire violation from Pakistan. So the base that we were supposed to reach had been bombed and shelled that very day. So we reached at night and we were just forced to run inside an underground war chamber, which was supposed, मतलब which अगर उसके ऊपर bombing हो या shelling हो तो it would not be impacted. So we all were just like rushed inside it, and we stayed there for the night. Then the next day also, entire day we just stayed there. We went out for a little bit to use the loo and everything, but that was with a bulletproof jacket and a helmet on our head. We had to go. And there was still shelling happening. So for some time, when the army officials felt it was safe, they took us out and they showed us that the place where the boys were supposed to sleep, the men were supposed to sleep, it had been bombed. तो उसका पूरा का पूरा roof फटा हुआ था, उसके side वाला जो roof था, that was gone. And then we just went back inside. And then it had been 2 days that we had just been sitting inside one war room, all of us. We were stinking, we were like, cooped up. And even the army officials, they got a little like, officers का कर क्या रहे हैं, ऐसे इनको exposure के लिए लाए हैं, इनको यहाँ बिठा के रखा है, तो they are like ठीक है चलो, हम forward post दिखाते हैं. So we were at absolute edge of the LOC का command center. So I mean, if you imagine this to be the flatland, so this is kind of like a mountain, वहां पे आपका command center होता है. And उधर से आगे 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 अगर आप चाहते हो तो यहाँ पे suppose this is the LOC, this is the command center, इससे थोड़ी थोड़ी like ट्रैक की वैलीज या रिजेस होती हैं, एंड यहाँ पे आपके फॉरवर्ड बेसिस होते हैं. एंड इस साइड से पाकिस्तान के कमांड सेंटर्स होंगे, एंड उधर थोड़ा आगे ट्रैक करके जाओगे तो उनके फॉरवर्ड पोस्ट होंगे, एंड फॉरवर्ड पोस्ट आर सुपर क्लोज टू ईच अदर. So we went in the middle of the night during a ceasefire violation. We went from here till the forward post, and आधा रास्ता तो हम गाड़ी से गए, उसके बाद there were no roads or anything. So we all got off in our bulletproof jackets and helmets. There was the last line of fencing we crossed. We got into a trench, of course, with no light or anything because we couldn't be spotted. And we crossed the trench with live bullets going above our heads in a proper army formation. We crossed that trench, and there was even a water body which we had to kind of cross. There were pebbles in the road, like इतने बड़े बड़े water body के across इतने बड़े बड़े stones थे. So somehow without light we crossed the stones, and we reached the other side, and we reached the forward base. And the life at the forward base, I cannot tell you. That exposure, first of all, the danger of it, we could literally see bullets crossing our heads, like trench के ऊपर से जा रही थी. trench के अंदर तो नहीं आती हैं bullets, but ऊपर से जा रही थी. And there was live fire, and when we reached the front, we saw how even to go to the loo, they are always, हम तो ceasefire violation के time पे bulletproof jacket पहने हुए थे, but the army men and soldiers in the front are always in bulletproof vests and helmets. And मतलब उनका पानी आता है, they don't have running water, तो खच्चर पे हर 15 दिन पे they get rations which come over there, and then they store it in tanks. So even to bathe or to do anything, ऐसे running water tap type की चीजें कम है वहाँ पे. Only the major had a running tap. And the way they all make their own food, it is so cold over there, it is difficult to make food also. You have to make food within limited rations. It's not like you can go out and buy something else. So the exposure to that life, what actually it takes to protect a border and to protect an undefined border, a line of control, is unimaginable. And this is just the first 7 days of my Bharat Darshan that I have described. I have another 40 incredible days that followed after this. I can go on and talk about my Bharat Darshan for the entire session. For 2-3 hours I can talk about it.
Actually, when people are enjoying the same, like your experience of Bharat Darshan and this your experience, like you were shelling in the trenches and bullets were going from your head, top head, so when people are very enjoying this,
I know it is incredible, the kind of exposure you get. It's incredible. And I am so thankful to my service to show something like that to me. And all they ask is, when you go back into your fields and a soldier comes and asks you कि भाई मेरा land protect करो, you better do it. Because you don't, I mean, I feel like in the current scenario of nationalism, there is such a torn idea over here, and the pro-army people are something like what you see Arnab Banerjee screaming, or Arnab Goswami screaming on the Republic, and on the other side people just criticize the concept of nationalism entirely. आप सब DU के हैं, आप सब, I'm assuming you guys have slightly left tendencies, right, in which you would criticize the current trends of nationalism, in which you may not feel that जो हमारे सोल्जर्स बॉर्डर पे हैं उनके बारे में आप उतना नहीं सोचोगे, क्योंकि उसको इतना ज्यादा दूसरे साइड ने ग्लोरीफाई करके रखा है that somewhere the reality gets lost in major television over here. and major news over here. And when you are actually there, the sensitization that you get as an IAS officer is incredible. थोड़ा दिमाग खुल जाता है. You get out of this nationalism, anti-nationalism debate, and you see real life over there. Yeah.
Okay, ma'am. Ma'am, after that event, this debate of nationalism and anti-nationalism happened in your campus or something like this among your cadre mates or something like this?
Not really. We all really refrained from political conversations because the nature of the job requires you to do so.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, ma'am. Ma'am, can you please elaborate us a little on how candidates are selected for particular cadres, and do performance at Labasana matters for it?
Not yet. It might. I mean, they're changing it a little bit now कि we FC के 10% count होंगे आपके rank में. तो अभी तक तो नहीं. Your cadre is basically on your the preference order that you give, your rank, that is merit, and thirdly category, because category wise reservations होते हैं. तो vacancy जितनी निकलती है, vacancy and category. Those are the three things that go for cadres.
Ma'am, how was your experience about cultural diversity at Labasana?
I think I already kind of talked about that. Linguistic diversity I appreciated. हमारी हर ना फ्राइडे को कल्चरल डे होता था. तो एक दिन महाराष्ट्र डे, एक दिन भूटान डे, बिकॉज ऑफिसर्स फ्रॉम भूटान ऑल्सो ट्रेन एट लबासना. एक दिन केरला डे, एक दिन तमिलनाडु डे. सो यू एक्सपीरियंस डाइवर्सिटी सो मच एंड यू रियली कम टू रिस्पेक्ट इट because people hold their cultures so dear and their mother tongue so dear. I mean, most of us spend all of our times in one particular place, one particular school. Even though I have traveled a lot, I've always lived in one particular culture. आर्मी का कल्चर ही अलग है. तो कल्चरल जो एक्सपोजर होता है वो आपको थोड़ा हम्बल कर देता है, थोड़ी इज्जत और लोगों के लिए बढ़ा देता है in a way. टॉलरेंस बढ़ाता है, आपकी अंडरस्टैंडिंग बढ़ाता है.
Ma'am, what about the punctuality in at Labasana? Do you have to really very punctual for your classes, for your dinner, or something like this?
Yeah. Punctuality, I've already talked about it. It is crazy. It is worse than school. स्कूल में 5 मिनट लेट भी हो जाओगे तो भी क्या होता है, नोट लिख देते हैं डायरी में. इसमें आपको नोट शो कॉज नोटिस देंगे, मेमो देंगे, उसका रिटन रिप्लाई देना होगा आपको, पीनल पीटी देंगे, 6 बजे की जगह 5 बजे पहुंचना पड़ेगा पीटी के लिए. तो yeah, it is.
Like what were did it happen with you, like you got late for classes and after that you got some repercussions, something like this?
No, I was never late for class. मैं तो खुद ही आर्मी बैकग्राउंड की हूँ, मेरे लिए पंक्चुअलिटी उतना डिफिकल्ट नहीं था. And I never did penal PT also. I don't have that badge of honor. No.
Ma'am, what are the kinds of subjects that are taught at Labasana?
All of them will invariably make you go to sleep. All of them are sleep inducing, that I'll tell you. But law hota hai, which is the main thing. Language hoti hai, especially for IAS or police. Like police ka to utna, whatever cadre based services are there, unke liye language is very important. फिर हो जाएगा आपका there's public administration, which is a very vague subject. I didn't really understand. Law and language are still important, especially if your cadre is not आपकी cadre language is not the same as the languages you already know. Then there is history, which is again very vague. There is management, which is super duper vague. And there's one more subject, economics. Economics का फिर भी सिर पैर कुछ लगता है. But the academics, honestly, in my frank opinion, I did not find the standard of academics too high. Phase 1, it was still okay. FC, it was not good. मतलब मैं तो बहुत ही एंथू स्टूडेंट हूँ. मैं तो LSR से हूँ. मैं तो एकदम हर क्लास को एकदम ध्यान से अटेंड किया है. 95% अटेंडेंस वाली स्टूडेंट हूँ मैं. और मतलब लबासना के क्लासेस वर a little boring for me. Very boring. Yeah.
So, can you share in very brief, like what students in college should do for better preparing for UPSC? A very short note, ma'am.
Make up your mind. Be very clear that you want to prepare for UPSC. That is what I will recommend college students to do. 3rd year में हो आप तो आप पढ़ना शुरू कर सकते हो. But first, second year, explore your options and have a lot of clarity, because the kind of commitment you need for this exam is incredible. If you have mental health issues, get help at the earliest, because it's a mental game really. पढ़ाई तो आप सभी कर लेते हो, आप तो सब DU के स्टूडेंट्स हो, सब मतलब 96-97% वाले हो.
Ma'am, how, ma'am, your general experience at Labasana, not class experience at Labasana, but general experience, help you in or helping you currently as you are posted as assistant collector in South Delhi? How is it helping you right now?
One thing I already told you, the tolerance bit of it. You know how you start understanding and appreciating different cultures, different people, different languages. So that, of course, helps you react to people better, respond, like your reactions turn into proper responses towards people. Secondly, let me think. Punctuality helps you a lot. That is just not classes, that is mostly everything else. The physical strength that it requires you and builds up in you. I mean, आप सुबह 6 बजे पीटी जा रहे हो और रात को 9 बजे तक आप ये स्टेट डे अटेंड कर रहे हो, तो यू नो फिजिकल एंड्योरेंस बढ़ जाती है, विच इज रिक्वायर्ड ऑन द फील्ड एट सम टाइम, स्पेशली इन पुलिस एंड IAS. फॉरेस्ट सर्विस आई डोंट नो टू मच अबाउट, बट जो फील्ड जॉब्स हैं उसमें तो बहुत ज्यादा आपको काम करना पड़ता है. These 3 things definitely helped me.
Ma'am, our audience wants a very serious issue to be discussed by you, as we know that it requires a very balanced approach to become a bureaucrat. Ma'am, I want your view to throw light on India's contemporary media as a bureaucrat. Is it playing its role well, or reforms it needed?
As a bureaucrat, honestly, my opinions are no different as a non-bureaucrat. मतलब मीडिया तो अपना काम कर रहा है, जो कर रहा है. I will recommend one thing towards all of you as aspirants, which is diversify your sources of media. If you are left leaning, try reading Swarajya or The Organizer, जो RSS के थोड़े pro RSS वाले writings हैं. If you are right leaning, then do try to read Hindu with a little seriousness. For yourself, I will recommend to you कि अपने sources of information diversified रखो, and do not get your news from social media. Social media will channel news for you in a way that only you appreciate. It will filter, it will see what you click on, what you spend how much time on, and send you news articles like that. So it will narrow your mind. Do not get news from social media. That is my high recommendation to you.
Ma'am, as you are brought up in a very army family, so did it shape your mind to be an IAS officer or something like this?
Not at all. Before I became an IAS officer, I was happily a pole dancer. तो एकदम I don't know कहाँ से एक inspiration आया. My mother is a bureaucrat. My father also, in fact, is a bureaucrat who was on deputation to the army for 16 years. So I think कहीं तो genetic code या कुछ था, एकदम से अंदर से एक inspiration आया. I was a dancer before that. I was teaching for an academy. Even before I started teaching for an academy, I was teaching at other places. So I wanted to be a teacher. I wanted to be a PhD scholar and then teach professionally. कहीं से एकदम genes kick in करे.
I really want to know how you suddenly get up into the UPSC. You are a very well settled pole dancer. So how it come in your mind?
I really don't know. I think I'm telling you, कहीं से मतलब जो भाग्य होता है ना, वो भाग्य आपके साथ कैचअप कर ही लेता है, जो आपके जिंदगी में लिखा होता है. उस टाइप का ही मैं कुछ esoteric जवाब दे सकती हूँ. इसके लिए मेरे पास खुद का कोई जवाब नहीं है. But of course, service was something that was always on my mind. Social service. I was teaching in slums before this. I was doing a lot of social work before this as well. So This is just a more empowered way to do social work.
Okay, ma'am, do you still teach pole dancing right now?
No, but two of my students are teaching in Delhi. So you can contact them. Aditi Singh X and Tanya Sudan 24. These are their Instagram IDs. You can find them and you can learn from them. They're both really good.
Ma'am, have this thought ever came in your mind that I should have been a better pole dancer than a bureaucrat?
There is just way too much respect for my job, for that, for the struggle I have done to get this job, for the way I have worked hard to get this job, and for the amount this job empowers me to help people and to help myself. So I don't have any regrets. I do not look back for that. I'm still dancing. I'm not teaching pole dance anymore. I cannot charge for it. I still teach, like, if randomly, if my friends ask me or something, but there's no comparison. That is a wonderful job as well, but this is something I'm more suited for, definitely.
You rightly said there's no comparison. We everyone agrees, ma'am, actually on this. Ma'am, there's a very like nice question. Like, what is your food experience at Labasana?
Food was not too good initially, and then when the mess committee changed, it was really good. So honestly, it's the officer trainees who decide. Officer trainees se select hoti hai food committee, like a union kind of thing, and they are the ones who decide the menu. They are the ones who guide the chefs. So chefs are good. अगर आप ढंग से गाइड कर पा रहे हो तो अच्छा है, नहीं कर पा रहे हो तो अच्छा नहीं है. मसूरी में खाना बहुत अच्छा है, बहुत अच्छी अच्छी ईटिंग प्लेसेस हैं, और लबासना के कार्ड पे 20% डिस्काउंट भी देते हैं, तो बहुत मजे आते हैं. लैंडोर में तो बहुत ज्यादा अच्छा खाना है.
How many people stay in one room at Labasana?
2 during SC 2 and during phase 1.
And ma'am, what is the common ground on which everyone meets and like they can talk about themselves or like personal details, something like this?
So there are ये common rooms होते हैं hostels में, lounge जिसको कहते हैं. वहाँ पे फूसबॉल टेबल्स हैं, सो दैट्स अ लॉट ऑफ फन. सिर्फ फ्रेंड्स में देखा था फूसबॉल टेबल, बट वहाँ पे खेलने के लिए रहते हैं. देन देयर आर द स्पोर्ट्स ग्राउंड्स. देयर इज द ऑफिस, द ओटी लाउंज है एक करमशिला बिल्डिंग में, मेस के ऊपर. मेस ऑफ कोर्स जहाँ पे खा रहे हो वहाँ पे बहुत चिल करते हैं. देन ऑफ कोर्स देयर इज द रेस्ट ऑफ द कैंपस, द लॉन्स एंड एवरीथिंग. मॉर्निंग इवनिंग टी जो होती है, वी डू काइंड ऑफ इंटरैक्ट ऑन दैट आल्सो. यू आर ऑलवेज इंटरैक्टिंग विद ईच अदर इन सम वे और द अदर. या.
Ma'am, would you like to share some your experience as assistant collector of South Delhi?
So many experiences, my God. Okay, I would like this to be your last question, Shiva, but I will tell you this. In South Delhi, my DM at that point of time was Dr. Brijmohan Mishra. And he had a meeting with the LG who said that 10,000 bedded hospital बनाना है COVID के लिए. बहुत जल्दी बनाना है, 2 हफ्ते में बनाना है. हमें 3 हफ्ते लग गए. Long time it took us to make a 10,000 bedded hospital. But after that, Sonalika ma'am, who is my SDM, and I, we started digging around for CSR. So within 3 weeks, we conceptualized an entire hospital. We created an entire team. The 3 of us were the core team. Me, Sonalika ma'am, and DM sir. We conceptualized the team. We conceptualized the idea. We found the donors. It is nearly I can't tell you, possibly 100 crores in donations that we collected and executed. And this was conceptualized on 15th of July. On 5th of August, we had our first patient in. Sorry, 15th of June and 5th of July, we had our first patient in. And that was incredible. The fact that with Sonalika ma'am, I got to raise the area on donation, the flooring on donation, the bed on donation, the gadda on donation, the pillow on donation. हम लोग bed sheets railway से लाए थे. I can't begin to express how interesting and amazing it was to create a 10,000 bedded hospital. We had the team that created Max Hospital to give the layout of that hospital. I learned so much. Never in my life did I think that I would set up a hospital. And within 3 weeks, I did. And that was just because of the guidance and leadership of DM Sir, who is an incredible thinker. I mean, how to think out of the ordinary is something I really learned from him.
Okay. When you wanted to serve the society, and indeed you did.
It, the opportunities just keep presenting themselves. So, yeah.
Yeah. So, ma'am, with this note, we have come to an end of this wonderful session. It's a most memorable session we would have, and I am immensely thankful for you for gracing the occasion with your presence, for your own ideas and elegance of explanation of everything. I need to mention a deepest sense of appreciation to you. I also extend thanks to all the staff members for their enormous cooperation within the organization for this gargantuan event. An event like this cannot happen overnight. The wheels start rolling weeks ago. It requires planning, and we are fortunate enough to be backed with by a team of very dedicated people. I'm short of word for their involvement and their willingness to take on their completion of tasks beyond their comfort zone. And finally, a very big thanks to Nandini ma'am, who came out with such an elegant topic which has fascinated a lot to every aspirant who joined us very deeply. I'm very hopeful that Nandini ma'am will keep us motivating with her gigantic personality and down to earth pulse. With this note, I want to inform the closure of this marvelous session. Participants can fill the feedback forms and can join us on our social media handles for more updates. Thank you, Nandini ma'am, for joining us. Thank you a lot.
Thank you, Shiva, and thank you, everyone else. Bye-bye.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for joining. Hope
Thank
to
you.
listen to you very soon.
Thank you.
Participant, please fill the feedback form, and you can stay connected to our Instagram for more updates.